Hello, this is Hexus TV at COMPUTEX 2009. I'm talking to Ted Hung, who's an Assistant VP of Business Development at MSI, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, nice to meet you, Ted.
Nice to meet you, Scott.
So we're just going to have a quick overview of MSI as a company on the whole. How long have you been working there?
More than 10 years.
Okay, and what was MSI's main area of business when you started?
It was components mainly, motherboard, graphic card, some of the bare bones.
Yep. Okay, and obviously MSI is still involved in that area of the business, but it's diversified quite a bit in recent years, is that right?
Yes.
Can you just tell us a bit more about how that's happened?
Okay, MSI has been dedicating component business for the last almost 20 years.
Yep.
And recently we see the trend also desktop is shifting to notebook, but of course desktop is still growing, we see in most of the countries. So we decide also to focus on the fast growing notebook business.
Yep.
And that's why the last 4 to 5 years we invest a lot of R&D resources to put the new model in the market.
Okay.
Especially for this time, maybe I can highlight a little bit.
Yeah, before we will move on to that,
right.
but can I just ask you why MSI made the decision to move so strongly into notebooks and netbooks?
Okay, because MSI would like to focus more on consumer channel business.
Okay.
And this is the product that show MSI brand directly to the consumer, and this is what we would like to go to.
Okay.
Yep.
And so yeah, we know you've been doing notebooks for a while. Netbooks, you launched the Wind about a year and a half ago. But the thing that you're making the most noise about at COMPUTEX this year is this thin and light.
Yes.
Notebooks. Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Yes. This is a new platform based on Intel CRV platform. Very low power consumption, and that's why also we can make it very slim. The slimest part, even on 13-inch, is only 6 millimeters. And that's probably the slimest among all the consumer ULV platform.
Okay, right.
And we believe with this kind of new platform, it might probably take up to 15% to 20% of the total notebook market. That's something MSI believe.
You reckon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are these launched now? Are they commercially available?
Yes, from 13, 14 to 15.6 inch.
And you imagine that would be up to 20% of the total notebook market. And what about netbooks? Do you have an idea of what proportion of the total notebook market is occupied by netbooks?
Netbook people still talking about it's growing because it fitting a lot of demand of the users. And a lot of reports are talking about last year it was like 12 million to 15 million sold, and this year even forecast up to 25 million.
Okay.
So we believe it's still growing. And MSI also, of course, we want to be a big brand in this field. That's why 1.5 years ago we were the first one to launch 10-inch netbook.
And the Wind.
Yes, and we are going to continue doing that by differentiate the ID design. And also we are considering also to focus a little bit more on 12-inch as well.
And do you think, obviously, as everyone knows, we've been in a great big recession for nearly a year now, I guess possibly longer. Do you think, in a way, that has assisted certain markets like netbooks and thin and lights, which are, netbooks for example, tend to be sort of more value products and that sort of thing. Do you think that's boosted those markets?
Yes, we believe people now, they are still spending their money. And we see a little bit sign of recovering from, for example, the supply chain. We start to see more, let's say, a demand.
Right, so they got rid of inventory sort of Q4, Q1, and now they're picking up.
Yes, and MSI also, we see ourselves from April and May on, the results getting better.
Okay.
So we believe people are still spending their money, but they spend it wisely. They want to make sure they get a bargain. And we think this kind of platform exactly fit into that kind of segment.
Okay, and so you're talking about things improving quarter on quarter or month on month. Can you tell us what we can expect to see from MSI, both in terms of the company and in terms of product in Q3, Q4 this year?
Okay, maybe I can start from our goal first.
Sure.
Our goal for next year is to become one of the top brand. Actually, we want to be within top 10 worldwide brand on notebook.
A notebook.
And 1 year after, we want to be in top 10 worldwide on desktop as well.
Okay, primarily with the all-in-ones?
Yes, with all-in-one.
Okay.
So this is our focus. And for the company, quarter 3, quarter 4, we expect it's going to be a little bit better because the new product line, the CRV and all-in-one desktop. We believe these two products will help us to generate more turnover and also help MSI to increase more brand exposure in the market.
Okay, and do you think that the market generally, the global economy is sort of warming up a little bit as we get towards the end of the year?
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah,
we hope
Everyone
so.
hopes so.
Yes.
Okay.
And we see, like I said, if we see from the supply side, we already see the sign. And it seems, especially the currency, which is one of the reasons the financial crisis, the currency in most of the countries are getting stable now.
Okay.
So the buying power is coming back a little bit. And plus the new product, and maybe the Windows 7 might trigger a little bit of the demand. And that's what we have all-in-one desktop to fit in this kind of touchscreen demand.
Brilliant.
So overall, we believe it looks still positive, but still we want to be more cautious on this, and then observe step by step.
But at the same time, you want to take market share and break into the top 10.
Yes, we hope so. Okay.
Sounds like you're going to have a busy time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for talking to me, Ted.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
Okay. I was talking to Ted Hung, who's Assistant VP at MSI. You've been watching Hexus TV at COMPUTEX 2009.